Hey there guys, this is Pastor Ken and welcome to another episode of Skyfleet. Today we are starting off in my newly renovated bedroom because it just seemed like the place to start. So last episode we kind of finished up the iron farm and we have had just a couple of minor issues and I'll show you that real quick. Alright, let's run over there. So I've managed to, this all counts as a village and I've managed to open up the slots there, and I've gotten some breeding happening. You can see here we've got 4 villagers right here, which is awesome. And down on the other side, hop over there, we've got 3 more villagers. So we have a grand total of 7, which, if you know anything about iron farms, is not enough to have them start making iron golems. So the whole thing is kind of pointless until you have 10. 10 is the magic number. So there's a couple possibilities for this issue. I have been giving them potatoes, but I need to be trading with them as well. And the one thing I'm running into is most of them are leather workers and they want leather. Now, the paper trade I can do, but leather I just don't have. But there is a way for me to get that without having to set up a cow farm, and that's going to be part of what we're doing today. We'll actually be making an AFK fishing farm, but that's for the later part of the episode. The other thing that we could possibly do is open up the other side of this. Now, up until now, it's been blocked by our cobblestone generator here, which has been amazing and super useful, but it was always located very temporarily right here. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually move this downstairs to in front of my bedroom, which is why I started off there, and I'll show you the location that I have in mind for that. And obviously I've put in some floors as well, so this is going to be the level for the floors and everything. And so this is where this one's going to go. It's literally going to be right in this space, far enough away from this that it doesn't set it on fire with the lava, but not so far back that it's hard to walk around and stuff. So yeah, you've seen me build the cobblestone generator before, so I'm basically just going to pop off camera here and put that all together, and then we will come back and we will build the AFK fishing farm together. So let me do that and I'll be right back. And we are back, guys, and as you can see, the cobblestone generator has been successfully moved. I pilfered a couple of hoppers from the what we have of the iron farm so far. I've been slowly kind of collecting them there, so it's ready to go as I get iron from the mob farm, but I decided I could use them here a little bit more easily, and then this chest, obviously, they just go into this chest, obviously. And so when you break the blocks here, the hoppers pull them in before they have a chance to fly into the lava. So they either go in your inventory because you're standing like right here, or they go into the hoppers, and so you get a lot more out of it. So it's more efficient now. It is safely in this space. I made a nice little barrier here to make sure that the lava contained right there would not set anything on fire. So it is far away from any flammable materials. And it is actually a much tighter fit in this space than I thought it would be, so it's going to be pressed right up against the ceiling in some places, so that's cool. And I died while I was moving it. I made the platform and I hadn't gotten it lit up yet, and apparently, well, I had the platform lit up, but the inside of this, before I put the water and lava and stuff, I didn't have any lighting, and that was apparently just enough for something to spawn, and a skeleton in armor came out and kicked my butt. So I ended up not being able to spawn in my bed, which was weird, which we should fix soon. So I spawned up there and it came down and jumped over this and ran in here and grabbed my stuff and came back out and shot him with some arrows, and that took care of that. Let me see if I can actually sleep in this. Yeah, there we go. And that will fix that issue, so next time I'll actually spawn in my bed. And I like the way I have it set into the floor. If you didn't know, these are half slabs, and then this is just set onto the regular level floor. So it kind of looks like a sleeping bag lying on the floor, which I think is cool. Okay, so this is done. I've removed the one upstairs. I've tested this. This is ready to go. And now we can go make our AFK fishing farm. So let's do that. I have the perfect place for it right up here. And it's actually going to go in this space right here. So the first thing that we need to do is actually put down the chest. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now the back of the farm actually only goes back to as far as the chest goes back, but I want an extra space, so I'm going to do the chest here, and then we take this hopper and we put it here, I think. No? Alright, now I'm unsure. Okay, I'm gonna have to consult the video that I'm building this off of. I'm using a design that XxRexRaptorxX tutorial, by the way, so if you guys want to rebuild this and me doing it on here is not a good guide, then you can always check out his video as well, and that should get you where you need to go. So let me double check that, and I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We are back, and yeah, so I was about to do it right. This goes here, and this goes upside down on top of this. So let me use my temporary blocks here. I cannot wait until we have a sheep farm so I can use some wool instead of wood all the time. And that would have gone into this chest, so that's perfect. Okay, so there's that, and now I'm gonna need more of these, so let me just move those up. We do 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here, a block here, this half slab right here, and when the changes to the water system come, I'm not sure if this trick is still going to work. We may find that the water just flows right out over this half slab and into the abyss, but I guess we'll see. And now we want temporary block, temporary block. Oops, that and that. So now we can pull the temporary blocks. And we want 2 more of those. So again, temporary blocks, block there and block there, and a temporary block here with our note block on top of that. Okay, so let's get rid of the temp blocks. And obviously this is not something I intend to keep here permanently, so don't you worry about that. Now, we're going to go ahead and place in the iron trapdoor, and this part is very important. You actually want it on the side of this block. If you put it on the note block, this thing does not work. So, this would just go right here. That's perfect. And then we need the tripwire hooks. Should go here and here. We'll go ahead and place in the water. And then we need to put in our string. And there you go. Now, the only thing left to do on this is a little bit of redstone, and it's actually pretty easy redstone, thankfully. Now, in the design that I'm using, excuse me, jeez, they have it going off to the side, and I'm actually going to be bringing it towards the back. So let me put a temp block here. This would go here. I need to actually get on top of this, so there we go. So that goes there, that goes there, and then this comes back in this way. But let me get rid of this. And there we go. Now we use our repeaters. And one of them, this is where your signal is coming from. So you want to pull the signal out of this, and you want to push the signal into this block, which I did that wrong, didn't I? I need the trapdoor connected to the other side of this because I'm building it on the wrong side. So actually want to, if you're doing it this way like I am, just make sure the trapdoor is attached to the block where you're pushing the signal into. And I believe he was saying you need at least 3 ticks of delay total for this thing to work. It can work with more, and based on my experiences in my single player world, I'm just going to go with full delay on both repeaters, and that way I know this thing should totally work, no problem. So I need a fishing rod, don't I? And I only have 2 string. Awesome. Let me put away my bucket, and I will make a fishing rod, and then I will come back and show you guys how that thing works. Alright, so I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys, and we are back, and I cannot believe you guys were going to let me just sit here with this thing and just stand in front of it, AFK, and not have me absolutely cover it in torches. That's just not right. I'm just kidding, guys. Obviously, you can't always save me from my own devices, but I did cover it in torches, so it's completely lit up and good to go. And this thing is ready to go. So I made the fishing rod, and how many of you knew that it only takes 2 string to make a fishing rod? I didn't know that. I was under the impression that it took 3, kind of the same way as a bow. But I've got the fishing rod made, and obviously this is just like your lock and stock, basic, no frills fishing rod. But you actually get enchanted fishing rods from doing this, and now that we have the anvil from that one island, we can actually combine those and make a really, really epic fishing rod for our little fishing farm here. And so what I'll end up doing is probably making an item frame and just keeping it right here all the time, except when I'm using this. And as long as you get mending, this farm actually gives you experience too, so you end up just always having a completely repaired fishing rod. Alright, so how you use this is you stand right here up against this, and if you feel uncomfortable with the concept of it being open air like this, which I do a little bit, you can make a little box around yourself to stand in so you're nice and secure. And you aim at the iron trapdoor underneath the string. So you can see I can actually point at the iron trapdoor without hitting the string. And that's exactly where you fish. So you just hold down the right click button, and you see it casts, and then once it sticks, the bobber is high enough to hold down the string, and that sends a signal to the trapdoor to lift, and then your right click registers as tuning the note block instead of actually fishing. And then there you go, and that's how you get your fish. You just continue to hold down the right click button. Now, there is a way to exit out of your game and have it register as you holding down the right click button the entire time, but I'm not sure how to do that. Azumovoid made a video on that, and I attempted it, and it just didn't go well, and it messed up my the window mode for my game, so I managed to fix that, and I never tried it again. I'm more of a just set something on your mouse and walk away from it for a couple hours kind of person. So that's kind of the system I'll end up using here. But yeah, so that's the AFK fishing farm, and if you don't want to hear the music, which I'm thinking I probably don't, you can just put any block on top of this and it will disable that. So it'll be completely silent. And let me actually do that right now so you can see what I'm talking about. You know what? We have wood, so we use wood. There we go. And, for good measure, torch. There we go. And let me show you now. And you see, now it's completely silent. And you just got to keep aiming at the right spot. And if you hit the string with it, then obviously it's going to freak out. And, oh yes, if you are building this in an underground setting, you want to make sure that you have daylight access to the water source block. So, hey, I think that was string. Awesome. So if it's underground, make sure you dig a hole directly above your water source block, and you can just toss a glass block or something in there to make sure if anything falls down the hole, it doesn't actually land right in front of you and totally kill you while you're AFK or anything. But yeah, so that's kind of it. Let me double check the tutorial and make sure I haven't missed anything, but it seems like this is working. So I will be right back, guys. Alright guys, and we are back. I went ahead and checked the tutorial and everything is as it should be. And then I decided to go ahead and just test this and make sure it's all working well, and as you notice, my fishing rod has seen better days. So I've been at this actually not all that long, maybe 15-20 minutes or so, and let's see what we've got so far. Alright. These I need. This I can put away. This I have a place for, and a lily pad. So obviously not exactly what we're looking for, but you can kind of see the potential here. And what we want to do, we're going to add some extra chests out here to store everything in, obviously. But basically, we'll just sit on this thing until we get all the bows and fishing rods and leather that we need to get ourselves really going here, and hopefully by next episode we'll have a functioning iron farm that is in part thanks to this thing. So that's kind of what I had, guys. So that's going to be the end of the episode. Let me collect some sugarcane here. But yeah, obviously working towards that goal of getting the iron farm started. And let's actually go ahead and take a look at where that's at and see if clearing out the space up top with their cobblestone farm made any difference at all. And I'm not holding my breath here. Come on, guys. So yeah, it kind of looks like the main problem is just I need to trade with these guys, and not him, obviously, but these other guys. Now these two I can totally trade with right now, no problem. But the other guys, not so much. So, yeah, oh. I guess I didn't need those, after all. Nope. But yeah, guys, that's kind of where it's at. Obviously, I will continue fishing, and hopefully that will give us what we need to trade with those villagers a little bit. And then we can get this iron farm up to 10 villagers so it actually starts producing iron for us, which would be amazing, obviously. So, yeah, that's all I've got for today, guys. So I appreciate you joining us, or joining me. I'm talking like I have multiple personalities. Thanks for joining me. It's definitely been a good episode. We got a lot done. I died once, so that's a little unfortunate, but it's, you know, par for the course. And yeah, so if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you leave it a like. If you loved the episode, make sure you subscribe. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a blessed day, and I will talk at you later.